Assalamualaikum. My name is Syeriena Syazwa, BINTI Muhammad SABIRIN, and my MATRIC number is X61657. In this video, I will present about my individual assignment. Firstly, I'm going to the website of Bursa Malaysia and I'll search my company, Perdana Petroleum. And then I got the annual report from here, and this one annual report. Next, the report of form annual report for 2022. Of list, I got under Significant Accounting Policy. List is a contract. If the contract conveys a right to control the use of an identified asset for a period of time, it acts for consideration to assess whether a contract conveys the right to control the use of identified asset. The group and the company assess whether the contract involves the use of an identified asset. The customer has the right to obtain substantially of all economic benefits. And also, customer has the right to dispose of the asset. Next is a recognition and initial measurement. The group and company recognize a right of use asset and a lease liability at the lease commencement date. The right of use asset is initial measured at cost, which comprise the initial amount of the lease liability adjusted for any lease payment made at or before the commencement date, plus any initial direct costs incurred, and an estimate of cost to dismantle and remove the underlying asset or to restore the underlying asset or the site on which it is located less any lease incentive received. Meanwhile, the lease liability is initially measured at the present value of the lease payments that are not paid at the commencement date. Next is how to measure as a lessor. When the group and the company act as a lessor, first they need to determine at lease inception whether the lease is finance lease or an operating lease. To qualify each lease, the company and the group make an overall assessment of whether the lease transfers substantially all of the risks and reward incidental to ownership of the underlying asset. If an arrangement contains lease and non-lease component, the group and company apply MFRS 15 to allocate the consideration in the contract based on the stand-alone selling price. Next, the group and company also recognize assets held under the finance lease in its statement of financial position and present that as a receivable at an amount equal to the net investment in the lease. Next, for disclosure, I'm going through the notes to the financial statement, page 142. Under financial instrument, there are liquidity risks for a maturity analysis. I'm using this statement for my disclosure. The table below summarizes the maturity profile of the group and the company financial liabilities as at the end of the reporting period based on lessee maturity analysis of lessee liability as those of MFRS 7. For lessor, the maturity analysis is to show the undiscounted lease payment to be received on an annual basis for a minimum of each of the first 5 years and a total of the amount for the remaining years. Next is the general description of the leasing arrangement. As a lessor, an arrangement contains lease and non-lease components. Next is basic EPS under Significant Accounting Policy. Basic EPS is calculated by dividing the profit or loss attributable to ordinary shareholder of the company by the weighted average number of ordinary shares outstanding during the period, adjusted for all shares held. How to calculate the EPS? I'm going to number 20, profit or loss per ordinary share. The calculation of basic loss per ordinary share at 31st December 2022 was based on the profit or loss attributable to ordinary shareholder of 11385 million and the weighted average number of ordinary shares outstanding calculated as follows. In 2021, the base EPS is got lost 40.64, and 2022 the base EPS is 51 cents. Based on the slide 9, I conclude that basic EPS for 2022 is better than 2021. This is because the amount is higher and increased from negative 14.64 cents to 51 cents. In 2021, the company got a loss of EPS because there was a loss attributable of ordinary shareholders.